What's going on, guys? I'll be what I'll be Fitness Gaming, and you've seen the title of the video, you know why you're here. Domain Nightfall. So I'm going to go ahead and give a brief overview on the deck. I haven't done this in a little bit. I'm going to talk about the changes that I've made, how the deck works, and then we'll get into some games. So the concept behind the deck is Knight of the Reliquary in combination with Retreat to Coralhelm. Those who do not know, Knight of the Reliquary. Knight of the Reliquary gets +1/+1 for each land card in your graveyard. Excuse me. We have 12 fetch lands. So Knight of the Reliquary is going to be a big creature, very, very fast in this deck naturally. It also helps you ramp because you can sacrifice a forest or a plains, search your library for a land card, and put it onto the battlefield. So, you can tap a forest, sack your forest, grab a fetch, grab another land, so you could ramp if you need to do that. Also, because of that, Knight of the Reliquary can grow extremely fast. In combination with Scion of Draco gives Knight of the Reliquary trample and vigilance. So you're able to go through, chump blockers. You're also able to activate your knight in combat, and because of vigilance. So this combination of two is very strong. But this is where it gets fun. Retreat to Coralhelm. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, choose one. You may tap or untap target creature. The other option is scry one if you want. So what you would do here is you would activate the knight, you would get a landfall would trigger on the retreat, it would untap the knight. You could then repeat this process. Now we play 22 lands. This is the land that goes with this. We play the Cradle of Growth. Each land is a forest in addition to its land types. Now this is important because what this land allows us to do, it allows us to sacrifice every single land in our deck, and making the knight a 24/24 if need to be. Now we're playing an aggressive deck, so the chances that we have to deal 24 damage with a knight is unlikely, but it's there if you want it. If there's blockers and things like that, and you don't have a Scion of Draco to give your knight trample, you can always tap. Remember, it's tap or untap, right? So you can grab a fetch. Fetch comes into play, untaps your knight. Sack the fetch, land comes into play, tap the creature. Then use the knight. Grab another fetch land. Fetch land comes in, untaps the knight. Sack the fetch land. Then that landfall taps another one. So as you can see there, you can tap down their blockers. Now, there are situations where you play against decks where, like Affinity, where they're able to just dump, 10, a ton of creatures, and that's not going to happen. But, you can at least, what you can do in these situations is you can play defense. You can sit back as your opponent's playing. You can tap down their best creatures, right? You can sack your fetch, tap a creature, activate knight, grab a fetch, tap one of their creatures, sack the fetch, play a land, tap another of the creatures. You can also scry, so you can go through your deck if you want to as well. So there's a lot of nice, neat interactions here that you can play with. It's not just a combo, but usually when you have Knight of the Reliquary and Retreat to Coralhelm, it's usually game over. Because again, like I said, you can tap down their blockers. The knight gets extremely big really fast. And if you have a Scion of Draco out, then it just has trample and vigilance. So it's very brutal. And like I mentioned, the Cradle of Growth is a very important land in this deck because it turns everything into a forest. So your fetch lands, you don't have to pay one and sack them to get a land. You can actually use them as forests and just tap for a green and sack it. You can also play Dracos fairly easily, even if you don't have Domain, because you're going to be able to generate mana as you sack your fetch lands because you can use them as forests as well. For our 1-drops, we have Ragavan. Best 1-drop in Modern right now, possibly the best 1-drop in Magic, other than, I would say Deathrite Shaman, but Deathrite is banned. So extremely powerful card. Connecting with this, getting a token, allowing you to cast Knight of the Reliquary on the second turn can also lead to a turn 3 win with Retreat. We have Wild Nacatl. So these two right here, this is, again, at the end of the day, this is an aggressive deck, right? You're not trying to combo out. It's just there in the deck. If it happens, you win the game. But you're just trying to play these aggressive, fast, big creatures and end the game quickly. You got your Kavus, your Scion of Dracos, your Knight of the Reliquary, and then we have Siege Rhino. This is our top end here. Siege Rhino plays a big part because we play 22 lands, because we have Ragavans, because we could ramp with Knight. we can usually cast Siege Rhino ahead of schedule. Also, we're gonna most likely have 4 mana most games. Now, Siege Rhinos here is the top end. If the games to get a little bit longer, we want to try to end the game within 5 and 6 turns. But if we can't do that, Siege Rhino here helps us close the distance. It gains us life. It makes the opponent lose life. Also, one key thing to understand about Siege Rhino is that each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. So it doesn't target. And that's important to know because against decks like Enchantress, you can still kill them through their solitary. Or is that what it's called? But yeah. Then of course for spells we have Lightning Bolts, Tribal Flames, Leyline Binding, and of course the 2 retreats. We have 24 creatures in total. For the sideboard we have the 1 Prismatic Ending. We have the 4 Stubborn Denials, which is fairly easy to activate in this deck because the majority of our creatures are going to be 4 power or greater. And then we have Veil of Summer, a Dromoka's Command, 2 Wear and Tears, a Jegantha, because why not, 2 Teferi Time Ravelers. I think every Zoo deck needs to be playing this card currently right now. It's just so good against a lot of decks in the format. And then we have 2 Consume All. Alright, well, if you have any questions about Nightfall, comment at the bottom. Any questions on how the combo works, any ideas, real quick, because I know some people may say, well, where's the Kessig Wolf run? The Kessig Wolf run we do not play in this list. Reason is, 1, we're playing Domain Zoo. So all our lands, we need them to be some type of land type. Otherwise, it really hurts our deck. Number 2, we don't have Noble Hierarchs or Igno Nobles or birds that we can untap with fetch lands and generate a ton of mana to make the night even bigger. Because we're a more aggressive deck, chances are our opponent is not going to be at 20 life when we combo off. But if they are, that means that we are comboing off pretty early. And again, because we have the Cradle of Growth, we are able to dump all our lands in our graveyard. So, you can't win them all. But overall, I find it better without the Kessig because, again, you can just tap down their creatures and you're trying to win in combat anyways. And the combo is just there as a, oops, I win the game type of deal. Alright, well, if you have any questions, comment at the bottom. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like my video, hit that notification. I post videos every day. It helps out the channel a lot. And again, my friends, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, and let's get into some games. Alright, what's going on? I'll be with I'll Be Fitness Gaming, and you've seen the title of the video. You know why you're here. Domain Nightfall. If you haven't already checked out the deck tech, I am going to leave the deck tech in the description below. Alright, let's see here. We're on the play. That's good for us. Jegantha. Alright, so we got the combo in hand. We have Domain. We're on the play, so seems good. Also, one thing about Retreat here is we can use it as a defensive card to tap down their creatures. So by itself, it's not the best card. It's obviously not something you're just going to jam in your deck for no reason, unless you're playing either Reliquary. But even as a combo piece, it's not completely useless. Alright. So we're going to grab a Sacred Foundry here. Kavu. Next turn we're going to go with Knight of the Reliquary once we get in with the Kavu. I don't think we want to discard any of our cards here. They're all pretty good. Alright, so game over. Opponent must have seen the deck tech in the description below and saw that we had the combination and said, you know what, I don't want all that smoke. It's unfortunate they conceded there because that was a pretty good hand. I think we would have been able to combo off that game fairly easily. They would have they probably would have, I don't know what they were playing, but they would have to interact with the Kavu, right? The Kavu on its own is a huge threat. Then we would have, you know, windmill slammed the Knight of the Reliquary, which is another threat they got to take care of. And then if they can't handle that, we just win the game. Alright, 2 lands. We got the 2 Siege Rhinos. Hand's decent. We're a little heavy on the Siege Rhinos, but if the game does go a little longer, we're going to be in good shape. These games don't go very long. This looks like some type of Prowless deck. Alright, so not sure how this hand fares up against this, but I don't want to run out the Ragavan here. It's just going to die. I think the best thing to do is just get Domain and play Draco. Siege Rhino is really good in this matchup. It's very hard for them to get rid of. And it buys us time. Let's just fetch here. Lava Dart. Those are annoying. Another Siege Rhino. Now we just need to draw land and we'll be in great shape. Because we have so many Siege Rhinos, if we can draw into lands and we can play the longer game, become more of the control of the 2 decks rather than aggro, we're going to be in good shape. It's going to be very hard for them to deal with these, but we have to get there. That's the trick, right? We have to get there and we have to draw in lands, but we have ways to interact with them. They have Lava Dart, so we still want to play this Ragavan. Ragavan is such an amazing card, but man, is it frail. They don't have any Misha's Baubles yet, so those. Okay, here we go, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I wonder if they're going to try to kill this Draco here. No. Okay. Alright. We're going to have to get in. I mean, we could get hit with 6 next turn, but let's be fair. We're not going to block anyways. Kavu's going to be able to slow them down. They also have a Pain Land, which is good for us. Yep. I believe that gets them, yep, to where they need to be. If they tap out and if they attack with both of these, it's not the worst for us. We've been missing land drops, which is not good, but what can we take out here? Probably this sorcery. No, they have sorceries. They have instant creature. Alright. So they're going to go to kill this Draco here. If they attack here, I think we dash in the Ragavan. I mean, well, they have Dart. I don't know if I... think the safe play... Okay, this is better. So we'll do this. Let's get rid of Dragon Rage here. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and just do this now. I mean, we're at a low life total. I mean, this deck is capable of killing us. But if we can survive this turn, most likely they're going to have to use this or a fetch. We can just kill them with Tribal Flames. But as you, I mean, if we were able to just draw into some lands, it would have been very hard for them to make a comeback. It's unfortunate. Sometimes, like, we get flooded, and then other times we don't draw any lands. That's just how how it happens in Magic. I think opponents thinking here whether they want to go down to 5, knowing that we play Tribal Flames. I'm wondering if, okay, got a blocker. Alright, so they're going to try to kill us. Alright, so we're going to attack with both next turn. They're probably going to block here. They may have some type, okay, we got Bolt, but we don't have the mana that we need. But if anything, we can kill this dragon. Alright, so let's go ahead and get rid of the Siege Rhino. Yeah, Wild Nacatl, not the worst. Okay. Alright, that's fine. I don't think this deck plays negation, or what is it called, that free counter spell now that people are playing, force a negation. Alright, alright, so we got there. So let's see, this is good. This might be too slow on the draw, to be honest. I think this is good. We could keep the retreat in because that could just win us the game. It's very hard for them to kill a big knight. They don't have any way to deal with that, but it is kind of slow, you know, setting up Knight of the Reliquary has to survive and setting up retreat. On the play, you know, I don't mind leaving it in, but on the draw, I guess in an aggressive deck like that, it's not the best. You know, these decks are extremely fast. They can kill you, I believe, as quick as turn 3. Alright, not good. Mulligan this. Mulligan this. And we'll keep this. Alright, so we don't want Ragavan. We need our threats. Oh man, I think we got to get rid of this. We have a couple threats and some interaction here. It's crazy to think that like a 5/5 on turn 2 is slow in Modern. Or a 4/4 flyer, right? Like, you see a hand like this and you're like, man, this is a slow hand. What a time to be alive. Wonder why, maybe Bolt? Maybe they left the Bolt up for Ragavan? The Soul Scar Mage plus Lava Dart combination is pretty brutal. Alright, so we're going to go with... I think we got to go with the Kavu here. I think that's what we're going to do. Double Bolt. Not the worst. You know, we are behind on cards in hand, so things like that. Oh, well, this puts them back. But yeah, I mean, we don't mind the 2-for-1s there because we are behind on cards. Hopefully we can draw a land here. Oh, they shocked it in. Interesting. Okay. We play the knight here. Do we play the knight and do we take damage? And if we take damage, I think we do. This is not gonna... They're probably going to kill it here, I have to imagine. You know, unless they just have Bolt. I doubt it. They have seen a lot of cards. Yep. Unholy Heat. Hopefully we draw a land next turn so we can double spell. Yep, oh, bro, this is a problem. Okay, not the worst. Alright, I think we want to go with the Kavu here, or the Draco. I think the Kavu. I was trying to do it at the end of turn, but I don't know, it didn't stop. I might have clicked too early, too fast, I don't know. Because now they can just, you know, cast a bunch of spells. Okay, not the worst. Yep. Okay, they didn't attack, that's good for us. Land, yes. Alright, that's good. We're gonna go ahead and... well, we don't want to discard anything, but... what do we go after? Probably the Mishra's Baubles. Actually, we'll just go after some of these sorceries. Maybe we should, you know what? Oh, they didn't block. Interesting. I was going to say we should have played a Draco to get trampled, but on first strike. Luckily for us, they didn't block. They have, they're going to have 3 cards, so we're not out of the woods yet. This is not, the soldier token is not a problem. If they draw creatures, which is, creatures are not the worst. That's pretty brutal. They can string, I mean, I've taken like 20 damage from a combination of these cards being casted. Some of them play Metamorphos. So this is pretty scary. Alright, Aram Mesa, not the worst. Game is, oh boy. Spell piercing their own Aram Mesa to get in. Okay, so we have to block 2 of these fine gentlemans, gentle ladies. And now we have to draw a burn spell. Not a Reliquary is not going to do it. But we still have a Kavu. Ragavan exit. I mean, the outright Ragavan. Oh no! I mean, we're not dead yet. I mean, they could brick. They could brick here. They can draw land. Opponent lowering the chance of them drawing a land. Ah, God. So close. Yep. All right. Hand seems pretty good. Stubborn to now. I don't see anything else we should play. This is good. Alright. Hand is decent. Not the best, but we have a lot of damage, and they do a lot of damage to themselves, and we have some interaction. We're just gonna do this now so we can F6 and get through this. Okay, so we're just gonna get rid of that. Prismatic Ending. Alright, not a bad one, especially since we already have 3 lands in hand. Alright, so we'll go Breeding Pool. Okay, not bad. Ain't bad, ain't bad. We may be able to just pick off their threats until we can land this Rhino. We gotta kill that. Oh boy, here we go. Yeah, we have to get rid of this. I think it get very annoying really quickly. So we're gonna have to skip on Alright, that's good for us. Yeah, let's go ahead and just get rid of this. And then we just slam dunk the Rhino next turn. Yep. They could have a counter spell. But what I mean, they could. Oh wait, we can't cast a Rhino. We need white. So let's undo here. Do white, green. Should have played the fetch. It's alright though. Because we have what, lethal next turn possibly? This would be a 5/5. That's 10, that's 13. This doesn't have trample, so they may not attack us, but we'll see what happens. Expression, yep. Expressive iteration. We have a pretty healthy life total. Grab a plane, not a plains, but something, Sacred Foundry. Not sure if they, I mean, they kind of have Unholy Heat here. This knight survives, will be in really good shape because we have a really healthy life total here. We can then grab a... We can actually, like, if we don't attack, if they leave a chump blocker up, maybe we don't attack and we just go Rhino, Tribal Flames. They can attack here, they could have a bolt. So we're not going to block. Okay, that's really bad for us. Wouldn't mind drawing another Rhino if we survive this turn. Another Rhino. Unholy Heat. Yeah, so we're pretty much dead now, right? There's no way for us to make a comeback from that. I mean, I guess we could draw, we could draw another Tribal Flames and win, which would be hilarious. But yeah, we're dead. Let's see. Is it going to show us? We can't see. Alright, well that concludes that game there. So that game's a little rough. That That third game we didn't really draw too well. Drew a very slow hand, gave them enough time to set up. Once those decks set up, it's really hard to beat. I mean, it's just like any deck in Modern. Once you allow these decks, any deck in Modern to set up, if you haven't set up, it's going to be very hard to beat. But yeah, Siege Rhino, I still like Siege Rhino in the deck. Neither Reliquary, is good. But we're going to continue jamming some games here. If you guys have if you saw any misplays I would have done, I'm sure I did some. Comment at the bottom, let me know. Any questions you have about that, comment at the bottom. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to my videos. I post every day. So, again, my friends, take care and peace out.